I didn't believe my mom. I should have. When I was around 14, my mom and dad were getting a divorce. It was a bad one, a very bad one. He got kicked out of the house, had to live in a dingy little apartment, and only go to spend weekends with me and my brother. We both felt awful for him because we had always been close to my dad. He wanted to make the marriage work. My mom didn't, and I blamed her for it. Then out of nowhere, she hired a lawyer and was trying to get full custody, with no visitations from my dad at all. We didn't understand why she was torturing him for no reason. It escalated one day to me screaming at her for a reason why I couldn't see my dad. And she told me, because he threatened to sexually abuse you if I didn't let him come back home. He's a terrible person and you are not safe around him. I didn't believe her. Full stop. My dad had never done anything sexual to me, nothing that could even be close to it. So I knew that she was lying because I knew that I was always safe with him. But she kept insisting. So I called my dad, told him what she said, and believed all of his disgusted accusations of how she was a horrifying liar. He was able to use me in court later because of how adamant I was she was a liar. It ended with 50/50 custody. I never forgave her for it either. It didn't help that my dad was always in my ear, telling me about how it could have ruined his life, how he could have been labeled a child molester and arrested for something we know he didn't do. I stayed a daddy's girl, and life went on. He never touched me wrong. He never even did anything close, and he didn't do anything to my brother either. When I got older, I basically cut contact with my mother. There were some other reasons for it, but this whole incident was high on the list. She died 5 weeks ago, unexpectedly in a car accident. I hadn't talked to her in months, but my brother was overseas. He also didn't really care. Someone needed to clear out her house. She didn't have a boyfriend or anything, so everything she owned went to us. And I found her journals. I never even know she wrote. She had nearly 10 of them, all filled up. I read them all. It probably won't surprise anyone what was written there. Everything my father ever did to her, including the incident. She wrote about how much it hurt that no one believed her, that she failed to protect me, that she made a mistake telling the truth. She paid with it her whole life. At first, I tried to convince myself they were also lies. She was just that crazy, but I couldn't. Why would she lie in journals she never thought I'd see? I confronted my dad, showed him all of them. A lot of yelling and screaming, but he admitted it. He told my mother he would sexually abuse me if she didn't take him back, but he told me it was just a desperate lie. He never would. It never meant anything, but it did mean something. It ruined her. How can I live with myself after this? After how I treated her? And she was right all along. I don't know what to do.